On the show today, Liberty's future FBS schedule is revealed by the most powerful man in the world.
Plus, the story of an out-of-nowhere track career that is flourishing at Liberty, and we catch up with one former Flames baseball player who's on the doorstep of the big league.
Get ready, it's all on this edition of Game On. What is up? Welcome to Game On. If it's your first time watching the program, welcome aboard. If you're a longtime fan, we like your style.
As always, I'm Rhett, he's Matt. We've got a lot of incredible stories to get to, but first, a rarity. It's not often that we feature the President of the United States on our show, but that's exactly what we're doing.
Yeah, you know, here at Liberty University, graduation was held this past Saturday, and the commencement speaker was none other than President Trump. But before you think we're going down some political road here on Game On, don't worry, there's a sports tie-in. As I'm sure you remember, Liberty football is beginning a 2-year transition to the Football Bowl subdivision, or FBS, college football's highest level. Well, part of that transition will involve playing a certain number of games against FBS opponents in 2018. And so at commencement, none other than the president himself announced Liberty's 2018 football schedule, as well as future FBS opponents that Liberty has agreed to play.
Just wait until the world hears the football teams you'll be playing on your schedule starting next season. President Falwell gave me a list of some of those schools, the ones you're going to be playing 2018. Would you like me to read the names? Just came out. Would you like to hear them? UMass, Virginia, Auburn. Jerry, are you sure you know what you're doing?
He knows what he's doing. This isn't fake news, folks. Liberty playing a big-time FBS schedule beginning in 2018. Here's a look at the complete slate, beginning with the home opener against in-state foe Old Dominion. LU will then play at Army before hosting both Norfolk State and North Texas. Then the Flames will play back-to-back weeks in the land of enchantment at New Mexico and at New Mexico State. Troy and Idaho State then come to Lynchburg before a challenging 3-game road stretch at UMass, at Virginia, and finally heading to the Plains to face Auburn. All that before wrapping up the season at home with a second meeting against New Mexico State.
But the news doesn't stop there. Liberty also released information on other future FBS games that have been scheduled. In 2019, they'll play Rutgers and BYU on the road, with BYU making a return trip in 2022. In 2020, Liberty will go to Virginia Tech. 2021 features a matchup at Ole Miss. And in 2022, the Flames will travel to Wake Forest, with the Demon Deacons coming to Lynchburg in 2025. In other words, Liberty is going to be facing the big boys in the very near future as the Flames look to establish themselves as a player at the FBS level. Well, this past week, the men's and women's track and field teams competed in the Big South Outdoor Track and Field Championship, and both were looking to win their third straight conference championship. The women defeated runner-up Campbell by a score of 253 to 162. It was the highest amount of points the Flames had scored at this meet since 1999. Delaney McDowell placed first in the 800-meter, while Anna Van Wyck took down last year's champion in the 5K with a time of 17 minutes, 42.69 seconds. The men defeated runner-up Campbell by 130 points. It was their largest margin of victory at this meet since 2001. Stephen Racanelli had himself a weekend. He would be a part of the men's 200, 400, and 4x400 relay victories. Denzel Pratt shared the Big South Men's Outstanding Field Performer Award, winning the men's javelin with a Bahamian national record of 232 feet.
Yeah, speaking of track and field, that's where we turn for our next story. We welcome in our own Bobby Bolig. Bobby, I know you had the chance to sit down with the brother-sister duo who run track for Liberty, but their story is about much more than just their athletic pursuits.
Yes, Matt. You know, I think a lot of people would agree that when you look at a Division I runner's resume, you expect to see a list of accomplishments and years of experience. But for Liberty track and field runner Terrell Zetmeyer, that was not exactly the case. In fact, the only thing to be found on her resume was her neighborhood loop. Running is a solitary sport. But for Terrell Zetmeyer, running is about more than solitude. There's a spiritual purpose.
My dad got us into running because he really found the benefits of it. In his routine, he would wake up in the mornings and read the Bible and pray in the morning before he went to work. Probably around middle school, he had us start getting up in the mornings and going for a run around the neighborhood, and just kind of taught us to use that time to talk to God and getting our mind focused for the rest of the day. In high school, I ran on my own just to stay in shape and just get the day started, and I wanted to keep that up through college, just to stay in shape, stay active.
Terrell would choose to attend Liberty University, where a couple of her friends would encourage her to try out for the cross-country team. But for a girl who had never ran outside her own neighborhood, making a Division I team seemed like a long shot.
I very clearly remember the first time that I met Terrell. She came to my office, and I remember she was pretty skeptical when I told her, I would run my neighborhood a couple times a week, and she's like, "And how long is your neighborhood?" I'm like, "Well, 1.5 miles." So she's like, "Okay, this girl has no experience." And with Terrell, I wasn't so sure, just because she really had no competitive running background. I remember Skyping home to my family and being yeah, I might try out for the cross-country team here, but I don't know, the coach doesn't seem super excited to have more people on the team. And
it was exciting for my dad and I and mom and stuff to be yeah, you should do it kind of thing. This is cool. We didn't really see it going maybe a whole lot as much.
She started off at the beginning of the race with the lead pack, and my first thought after a mile was, okay, she's not gonna last. She's clearly a fighter, which is awesome, but she's not gonna make it through this next mile. I came across the finish line, and I was had definitely run my hardest. As soon as she crossed the finish line, she passed out, which I immediately knew that this girl is a competitor. She's a fighter. So she gave me time to recover and stuff. With the 20 girls who were running, I thought maybe if she can beat a couple of them, I would possibly consider adding her to the roster. I'm pretty sure she walked over with her clipboard, and she's like, "Oh, you came in it was 10th or 11th out of the 20 girls on the team." She puts it all out there, and I knew that I wanted her on the team. I just remember what? So amazing, so excited.
But for Terrell, her days of running with her family were not done just yet. 2 years later, her brother James would be by her side once again, as he too decided to attend Liberty University.
I wanted to make his own decision for college, but at the same time I was he better come here. Just a great opportunity for us to both get to run on the same team together. So I was just really hoping he would choose Liberty, and I'm so glad that he did.
It's cool to see how God started as just something fun that we did, or that our dad asked us to do, and then now it's something that we love to do, and God's given us that passion for, and we enjoy it so much together.
Getting to go from when we started out just run the neighborhood or whatever, to now finishing up my last year running on the team, and just getting to do it with James is so awesome.
What began as just laps around the neighborhood may have turned into a Division I career. But for Terrell, it's never been about beating a time, but rather about building relationships with others and strengthening her own relationship with God.
She cares about people, and she wants their best intention in mind. And when you care about people, and when you love people, when you talk to them, you share that through just your expressions.
Terrell does a great job with connecting with everybody on the team. She started off as a non-scholarship walk-on that, was almost lucky to make the team at first, and now she's one of our top runners and one of the most well-respected girls on the team. The entire 110-person roster, she will talk to anybody, and she's just great at connecting with people. I feel it's the body of Christ on the track team that we get to do life with, and that's just been amazing. That's something I'm definitely gonna miss when I graduate. Probably the most is just the relationships and being with the people here.
When we fix our eyes on the Lord and we choose to do what we do for God, it gives us so much more reason to give our full effort. It's not about me in the long run. It's about Him, and using this as an opportunity to glorify Him.
Yeah, after spending the last couple weeks with them, it was truly a pleasure getting to know these two. They both care about each other so much, and the way they use running to, follow God and, work on each other is awesome.
Yeah, it was obvious in that piece. And also you touched on it a little bit. This was her brother's dream, right? Being a track star. He actually had a lot of attention out of high school from some other universities, right?
Yeah, he was a standout in high school, and his sister kept saying, I don't think he's going to come to Liberty. I don't know what he's going to do. And he was getting recruited by University of Florida, Florida State, big universities. And in his interview, he said, I've always had my eye on Liberty, but after my sister, who has never ran before, was running, there was no bigger sign than to come to Liberty. And
it's been a perfect fit.
he's only a sophomore, so he definitely will be someone to watch for the coming years.
Bright future ahead. Bobby, thank you. We'll see you later in the show. For now, Rhett, back over to you.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Well, the Flames softball team was in action this past weekend at the Big South Conference Championships. The Flames, coming in as the #1 seed, would make short work of the 4-seeded Charleston Southern Buccaneers, winning the game 11-3. Next on the list would be Longwood, who gave the Flames some trouble in their last regular season series of the year. Longwood would take the game, winning 7-4, forcing Liberty to beat them 2 times in a row in order to win the Big South. The Flames would go on to defeat Winthrop 9-3, and then would face the challenge of overtaking Longwood in 2 games. In Game 1, the Flames would score 9 straight runs in the 4th inning, propelling them to victory and setting up a do-or-die championship game against the Lancers once again. Unfortunately, Longwood would come out on top in the final game, winning 4-2. This was the Lancers' 3rd straight conference championship. Although the Flames would fail to advance to the NCAA tournament, they would get invited to host the National Invitational Softball Championship Regional at the Liberty Softball Stadium. 5 teams total would be invited, including Iona, Campbell, Ohio, University of North Carolina, Wilmington, and of course the Flames. Liberty would have a great 3 days of competition. They would earn their first postseason win in Game 1 against UNCW and would move on to win the region, going on to the next round.
Well, for the 4th time in program history, the Liberty golf team earned an at-large bid to the NCAA Regionals. The Flames, ranked 46th in the nation, will be one of 14 teams to play in Austin, Texas, with the top 5 teams moving on to the NCAA Championship. Now, unfortunately, after a solid first-round, Day 2 would be the undoing for the Flames, as they would finish tied for 11th place. Junior Isaiah Logue would turn in Liberty's top individual score for the tourney, as he shot just 1 over par for the 3 days. So the season might be ending for Liberty, but without a single senior on the roster, they have a lot to look forward to next season. Well, coming up, he's on the doorstep of his big league dream. We sit down with former Liberty ball player and current Toronto Blue Jays minor leaguer, Ian Parmley.
Plus, it's time for another warm, hot, and fuego. That's when Game On returns.
I'm on my way, heading out across the bay.
Conventional advertising says we should start with an arbitrary quote from a historic figure. It should make us sound nostalgic and wise.
Horizon showing where I long to be. Outward bound, I travel on through rain or shine. Where empty.
Now we're supposed to cut to some slow motion footage of beautiful students to complete the package. Are you ready to apply now? Wait, scrap that. Listen, we're all tired of forced authenticity, and we don't want to waste your time with contrived quotes and stock footage. Let's try something different. You see, we believe in the challenge of a valuable education, the kind that keeps you well into the night as you search for the stars, the kind that prepares you for your dream job of changing the world. We love our beautiful campus, where diversity can be seen in the color of our skin and the service we engage in. We paint up, rise up, and stand up for truth. On 4th and 1, oh, you better believe we're going for it, because there's a fire in our hearts, a fire that burns for a better world. Like those who came before us, we're ready to roll up our sleeves and dig in. We have faith, hope, and love, so we become good fathers and mothers, co-workers and civil leaders, innovators, trailblazers, those who spark a revolution. We believe in training students how to remain true to their faith when the going gets tough, when those around you seem to rise against you. So if you're still watching, thank you. Let's build a better world for Christ. Liberty University, training champions for Christ since 1971.
So did you ever decide what you're gonna do this summer?
Maybe number 4.
The Trans Am? That's awesome, man.
You're gonna run across America.
Do you have any idea what you put us through every time you do one of these things?
I feel like God wants me to do this, to inspire people one last time. What can I expect when I get back?
I don't know.
Hey there, welcome back to Game On. You know, the college baseball regular season is coming down the home stretch, and the Liberty Flames are trying to hit their stride before the all-important Big South tournament later this month. Now, this past week, the Flames posted a 1-2 record, with both losses being of the heartbreak variety. The Flames suffered walk-off losses to both VCU and Duke. Those setbacks sandwiching an 8-6 victory over the Rams. Liberty will now enter its final series of the regular season with a record of 30-20 and still firmly in contention for a Big South Conference title.
You know, only about 10.5% of college baseball seniors get drafted to the major leagues. Ian Parmalee was able to beat those odds, and now he faces the 1-in-6 chance of making it to the bigs. However, that daunting task hasn't stopped this former Flame, who is knocking on the door of making his major league debut.
After nearly 400 games played, 1,200 at-bats, over 6 seasons of hard work and patience in the minor leagues, former Liberty baseball player Ian Parmalee is playing AAA ball for the Toronto Blue Jays affiliate, the Buffalo Bisons, just a short jump from his childhood dream.
This is my, I think, 7th year in pro ball, so I mean, ever since I was 5 years old, I wanted to be in the big leagues. So I mean, after these years in pro ball, when I went up to Montreal for the exhibition games with the big league club, I mean, just looking at it there, looking at 30,000 fans in the stands, it's like, man, it'd be sweet to do this every day. It's just that next little step. I gotta just refine my game and then see where it takes me.
Being so close to the big leagues has brought perspective for Ian. Most young players have dreams of being the next superstar, hitting monster home runs or pitching a perfect game. But Ian has realized that making it to the show sometimes requires you to take on whatever role is best for the team.
For me, I'm more of a fourth outfielder type guy, and I just gotta do the little things right. I gotta be able to come off the bench, come on, steal a base, come out, play defensively, and just grind out at-bats and do whatever I can to help the team win, whether it's get a bunt down, move a runner over, drive them in, whatever I have to do.
If anything, minor league baseball is a major grind, one you can't well survive alone. Ian has seen how relationships made on the road will last long after you've moved on.
From Vancouver to Lansing to Florida to New Hampshire to here, I mean, bus trips, you just try to figure something out to stay sane. I mean, you spend 6 months out of the year with these guys. So, I mean, if you don't have a good relationship with them, it's going to be a long year. So, I mean, all the guys that I've played with over the years, I mean, I'm really close with a bunch of them. I mean, down at spring training this year, I helped one of my buddies propose with a girlfriend. So, I mean, it's incredible how many close relationships you make throughout the year.
After all this time, Ian is just a phone call away from his dream, a position that could easily be distracting. But Ian is determined to stay focused and keep his nose to the grindstone to make sure he's the best player he can be every day.
I'm blessed to be where I'm at right now. I mean, to be able to play that many years of pro ball and still be on my way, possibly make the big leagues. I mean, Lord's blessed me in so many different ways. And if we get that call, I mean, I'll probably break down and cry. But I mean, but I got plenty of years left in me, so I got to go out there and just do what I've been doing and keep progressing every single day out there on the field.
Good luck to Ian. Hopefully we'll see him in Toronto before too long. Red, did you know it's been more than 20 years since Liberty's had a player in the big leagues?
Wow.
They have 3 at the AAA level right now, so hopefully that streak's about to come to an end.
Hope he goes to Jays.
That's
Go
right, you're a big Jays fan,
yeah.
so yeah,
Yeah.
Brett would especially like that. All right, time for Warm, Hot, and Fuego.
Yeah.
And the top 3 Liberty athletes over the past week. Let's jump right into it, Brett, with Warm. Who you got?
Warm, Will Shepard, this guy, he grabbed his flock this week and led them to victory. Yeah, you got it. Against VCU.
His staff.
Yes.
Yeah.
His bat. His staff
Oh,
bat.
look at this.
Was it?
We're just making it up as we go along.
Let's keep it
Yeah,
going.
this
This
is
is a
great.
good use here. He drove in 4 runs. You got anything?
No.
No, okay. Anyways, 4 runs in that game was a season high for him. him. Flames overtook the Rams 8-6. He's that guy.
He helped them bleat the Rams, right? Don't sheep bleat? No?
I have no idea.
All right, keep going. Sorry, I should have said
He
that
sheared
one.
the Rams.
Yeah,
there we go.
There you go.
But anyways, this guy, once he gets his back going, he's a solid contributor. He's that veteran that you want to have on your group.
Yeah.
And he's starting to heat up here at the right time. He had 2 runs, 2 hits the next night against Duke, which is good to see. So if his back can get going regularly as we go into Big South, conference championship play, it's going to be good.
Yeah, he's had a tough senior season, but you're right. He can really, if he can flip that switch, what a weapon heading into postseason play. All right, from warm now to hot.
Hot, Brant Tolzman. This guy, 60.
Coach Tolzman.
Old man coach. He's just a great,
Rhett said that.
I did,
that was
but
Rhett
what? He knows that. He's got that just wisdom and leadership and everything put together. His 31st year right now with the Flames.
Yeah.
And he's a 67-time Coach of the Year. We all know his fun stuff, so I thought I'd just throw out some random facts about him.
Give it to me.
He's actually got 6 kids, which he's beaten me out and you.
Yes.
And he's a fan of water skiing.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Dude is an athlete.
He is.
Like, he's been around for a while doing this. You see him out there in the track, he can get after it.
And it's great to see. Imagine all the stuff he's seen. He's been here for 31 years. It was back at the track was, I don't know where it was at the beginning, but then it was in North Campus, and now it's in the beautiful facility.
I just imagine like his desk just covered in all those awards. Like he finds you guys use them as a doorstop, a paperweight. Like what do you do with 60-some Coach of the Year awards? But well deserving.
I hope his wife doesn't have to dust them all at home.
Yeah,
That'd
no
be
kidding.
brutal,
That would be tough. All right, finally it leads up to this. In Fuego. Who's your Fuego pick this week?
Amber Bishop.
How many times have you picked the Bishop?
This is number 3 for Amber.
Okay.
But this is, I believe, her first in Fuego.
Okay.
So this is, she's worked her way up.
She
You got to make them earn the respect of the in Fuego.
Yes.
So Big South Freshman of the Year, and she has been nothing short of just studendous, if you want to. Let's make it, studendous. She's played all 60 games, has scored 45 runs, tied for the team lead. She has the most hits on the team, has the most home runs by 10, the most RBI by 18, and has the best slugging percentage of .608. This young lady, she's just a game changer. Like, she's the one you throw in the lineup, and you think of softball as a team. Can one person make that much difference? Yes, they can, and she has done it this year. She's been outstanding.
And helped lead them to a regular season conference title as well. Great year for the softball team.
For sure.
Great job by you as well, Rhett. Well, still to come, we'll introduce you to one Liberty athlete as Bobby rejoins us for a fun edition of Flames Fill in the Blank. Don't go anywhere. Game On coming right back.
This is Liberty University, the world's largest Christian university. Want to come visit us? Well, you're in luck. Homecoming is a perfect opportunity for alumni, families, and newcomers to participate in the game day experience. At College for a Weekend, you get to hear from speakers, go to classes, and attend our weekend concert. Ring in the new year with us at Winterfest. Spend the day snowboarding at Snowflex, rock climbing, or at the Artist Q&A, then rock out at night with the top Christian artists. With so many ways to visit our campus, why aren't you here already?
So you've chosen Liberty University. What's next? Well, you could study here, or here.
Or way out here.
You could build this, catch that, or play this. Sure, you'll have early mornings, long days, and some longer nights. But that's how we grow. No matter who you are, where you live, or what you want to do, your education starts here.
Hey there, welcome back to the show. Thanks for sticking around. To reward you for your viewership, we have a fun little segment for you.
Yeah, go ahead and consider this your after dinner mint portion of the show, if that works. Our old friend Bobby Bolig rejoins us for something we call Flames Fill in the Blank.
Now, guys, I know I'm the new girl on the block, so I figured the first thing I should probably do is get to know the athletes a little bit better. Now, I'm excited to bring you a segment where I get the chance to sit down with different Liberty athletes to ask them questions you don't normally always get the answers to. For this week's edition of Flames Fill in the Blank, we sat down with Liberty catcher Peyton Scarborough. How did you get into baseball? What's the story?
I just remember one day long ago, I was in the living room and my dad had a traffic cone and he would put the ball on the traffic cone and I would hit off of it. I ended up hitting the ball through the window and breaking the window. I was like, wow, I kind of like this. This is fun.
So then where did this catching position come from?
I honestly liked putting on the gear because like in T-ball, you don't have a catcher. But
Yeah.
I had gear and so I was like, can I be the catcher?
What is the best advice you've ever told a pitcher during a game? You a motivational guy?
No, I tend to go the other way and just, you know, kind of talk about something different or not talk about baseball. Say, hey, you get out, you know, you can buy me dinner after this.
So you're going up to the pitcher and you're saying, what are we getting for dinner?
Yeah, it's like, hey, where do you want to eat after this? Something
things
simple.
settled.
Yeah, keeping it real simple.
All right. Now with baseball players, there's always superstitions. What are your superstitions?
I have to put my left cleat on before I put my right one, and I tie my right one first. So I put my left one on, and then I put my right one on, and then I tie my right one.
That's a lot of thinking.
Yeah.
Seed guy or a gum guy?
Gum.
Chew or double bubble? It's a hard one.
Yeah, I think it's, I've been chewing a different kind that's getting it done for me right now. I forget what it's called, though.
You don't know what it's called?
No.
Come on.
I think it's,
be
Hubba
that good
Bubba.
then.
Hubba Bubba, there it is.
Hubba Bubba.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that one. That's the other one.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
All
the
right.
one it's getting it done right now.
And who is the worst person to have to be roommates with on the road?
Probably DJ artist, yeah.
What guy on the team has the lamest walk-up song?
Probably DJ, yeah.
What about who's best dressed?
Myself or Sammy Tormina.
Favorite athlete of all time?
Michael Jordan.
What? Not a baseball player?
No, that's why I shaved my head because it's the movie Space Jam. I wanted to be like Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
And so that's why I keep my hair so short so I could be like Michael Jordan when I was growing up. And then I just kept
I see your
it.
resemblance.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it.
The white mic.
Thanks again to Peyton for sitting down with us. It's always fun to get to know the athlete behind the mask. We have more baseball players on deck in upcoming episodes, and we'll see how they fill in the blank.
Thank you, Bobby. Good time.
Yeah, I
good
think it's
kid.
going to be a lot of fun
Yeah,
watching those in the
should
future.
be. That about does it for us here
Yeah.
this week, however.
Yeah, make sure you check out our website, gameonlu.com. Check out everything we got on there. You can go back way in time, all the great features.
Go back
yeah.
in time, yes. And check us out on social media at GameOnLU. We'd love to hear from you guys. Well, he's Rhett. I'm Matt. You already saw Bobby. For all of us, thanks for watching. We'll see you right back here next week.